A night on Broadway. Not a standing ovation. Broadway, the heart of American theater. A place where dreams are made and stories come alive. It was here, amidst the dazzling lights and expectant crowds, that former Senator Kamala Harris took the stage. But instead of the rousing applause she might have hoped for, Harris was met with a wave of puzzled looks and hushed whispers. Her speech, intended to be a celebration of the arts, quickly became a source of national scrutiny. What was meant to be a simple appearance turned into a political spectacle, raising questions about her communication skills and, more importantly, her leadership abilities. The internet, always a hotbed of instant analysis and often unforgiving commentary, erupted with reactions. Clips of the speech went viral, dissected and debated by pundits and ordinary citizens alike. Even the usually theatrically inclined Broadway crowd seemed underwhelmed. The question on everyone's mind: what exactly had just happened on that stage? Harris's speech, dubbed by some as word salad, seemed to lack a clear message or purpose, leaving many puzzled. Her words, though delivered with her trademark charisma, felt hollow and devoid of any real substance. She spoke of unity, of hope, of the power of the arts. But these pronouncements rang hollow, lacking concrete examples or actionable plans. The audience, accustomed to the sharp wit and moving narratives of Broadway's best, was left wanting more. Where was the substance, the vision, the clarity of thought that one expects from a national leader? Instead, they were treated to a series of platitudes and vague pronouncements, more reminiscent of a self-help seminar than a speech by a seasoned politician. The lack of depth was palpable, leaving many wondering if this was a sign of things to come had she ascended to higher office. The stark contrast between Harris's performance and the recent address by Vice President JD Vance only served to amplify the concerns about her leadership style. Vance, speaking at a cybersecurity conference in Munich, delivered a powerful and sharply worded speech on the importance of digital freedom and the dangers of unchecked government surveillance. His words were measured, his arguments well-reasoned, and his delivery confident and clear. This juxtaposition of styles, of substance over spectacle, only served to highlight the growing perception of Harris as a politician more concerned with image than with the hard work of governance. Vance, despite his relatively recent entry into the political arena, demonstrated a grasp of policy and a willingness to engage in difficult conversations that seemed to elude Harris. It was a telling comparison, one that undoubtedly gave pause to those who had once championed her as a potential leader on the world stage. Section 4. The media's soft touch protecting their own. What was perhaps most concerning about the aftermath of Harris's Broadway blunder was the media's muted response. The incident, which could have sparked a significant debate, was instead met with a surprising silence. The same outlets that had been quick to criticize her Republican opponents seemed hesitant to apply the same level of scrutiny to one of their own. This discrepancy in coverage raised eyebrows and questions about journalistic integrity. Was this a case of liberal bias, of the media protecting one of their perceived allies? Or was it a more complex issue, rooted in the dynamics of modern media and politics? Or was it simply a matter of not wanting to appear overly critical of a woman who had broken barriers and shattered glass ceilings? The media's role in shaping public perception cannot be understated. Whatever the reason, the lack of tough questions and critical analysis was noticeable. This absence of rigorous scrutiny left a void in the public discourse. Harris, who had benefited from glowing profiles and fawning interviews during her time in the Senate, seemed to be receiving a free pass once again. This pattern of favorable coverage was hard to ignore. This reluctance to hold her accountable, to challenge her ideas and scrutinize her record, did a disservice not only to the public, but to Harris herself. The media's role is to question and probe, not to shield. Without honest feedback and constructive criticism, how could she hope to grow and evolve as a leader? The path to effective leadership is paved with challenges and learning from mistakes. Section 5. A bullet dodged, America's wise choice. As the dust settled from the Broadway debacle, one couldn't help but wonder, did America dodge a bullet by not electing Kamala Harris? The question lingered in the minds of many, sparking debates and discussions across the nation. Her performance on that stage, coupled with her previous struggles to articulate a clear vision for the country, suggested that she might not have been ready for the demands of the presidency. Her moments of hesitation and lack of concrete plans raised concerns among voters. The American people, in their wisdom, seem to have sensed this, opting for a candidate who, while perhaps less charismatic, offered a more steady and experienced hand. Joe Biden, with his decades of political experience, appeared to be a safer choice in turbulent times. This is not to say that Harris is devoid of talent or potential. On the contrary, she has shown remarkable resilience and determination throughout her career. She is a gifted speaker, capable of connecting with audiences on an emotional level. Her ability to inspire and mobilize people is undeniable. She has a compelling personal story and a clear passion for public service. Her journey from a prosecutor to a senator and then to the vice presidency is nothing short of inspiring. However, leadership requires more than charisma and good intentions. It demands a deep understanding of complex issues and the ability to navigate the intricacies of governance. It demands clarity of thought, a firm grasp of policy, and the ability to articulate a vision for the future. These are the qualities that define effective leadership. These are qualities that Harris, at least at this point in her career, has yet to fully demonstrate. But with time and experience, she may well rise to meet these challenges and prove herself as a formidable leader. In Section 6, the future of the Democratic Party, time for new blood? The Harris episode also raises important questions about the future of the Democratic Party. With the weight of this recent event, can they continue to offer her as a viable candidate? Or is it time for them to move on and find a new standard bearer, someone who can capture the imagination of the American people and offer a compelling alternative to the current administration? The Democratic bench, once considered deep and talented, seems to be lacking in fresh faces and new ideas. The party finds itself at a crossroads, clinging to familiar faces and outdated playbooks. If they hope to regain the trust of the American people, they must be willing to embrace new voices, to engage in honest self-reflection, and to offer a bold and inclusive vision for the future. Clinging to the past, to candidates who have failed to connect with voters, is a recipe for continued electoral disappointment. Section 7, the Kamala Conundrum: Charisma without clarity. Kamala Harris remains an enigma, a charismatic and ambitious politician who has yet to fulfill her potential. Her journey in the political arena has been marked by moments of brilliance and instances of perplexing ambiguity. She possesses many of the qualities that one looks for in a leader: intelligence, eloquence, and a passion for social justice. Her ability to connect with people on a personal level is undeniable, and her speeches often resonate with a deep sense of empathy and understanding. Yet she continues to stumble on the national stage, hampered by a lack of clear messaging and a tendency towards cautious centrism. This cautious approach often leaves her supporters yearning for more decisive and bold stances on critical issues. The question remains, can she learn from her mistakes, hone her message, and emerge as a true leader for our time? Her ability to adapt and grow in the face of criticism will be crucial in determining her future trajectory. Or will she continue to be defined by her missteps, her potential forever overshadowed by her inability to articulate a clear and compelling vision for the future? Only time will tell. The stakes are high, and the path forward is fraught with challenges. But one thing is certain: the American people deserve leaders who offer more than empty platitudes and carefully crafted sound bites. They crave authenticity and a genuine commitment to addressing the pressing issues of our time. They deserve leaders who are willing to speak their minds, to challenge the status quo, and to fight for a more just and equitable future. Leaders who can inspire hope and drive meaningful change in a world that desperately needs it.